Hello, YouTube. Recently, I've been engaged in a little bit of a conversation about feminism, men's rights activism, etc., etc. And I've had a few people who've declared me a male supremacist and have questioned my position on things. And that's a bit of a mistake on my part, as I never really clarified my position before I made a video response to John the Other in his video about Alexander Blue, and some subsequent discussions have made that pretty apparent for me. I actually already recorded a video that's some 24 darn minutes long elaborating on my position on civil rights. And I'm not going to upload it for a couple of reasons. One is it's way too long-winded, and that's something I've been accused of before, so I'm going to try and keep this video quite short. The other thing is my ISP sucks balls, and so it may take me a week to upload that video because I'm going to have a whole bunch of aborted uploads first before it finally takes one day. And it'll take a 24-minute video. It's probably going to take 4.5 hours to upload. And it kills my internet while it's uploading. So I have no way of, I have no quality of service settings on my modem. That's part of my great ISP. So I can't even tone it down. I'd be fine if it took 6 hours instead, if I could have some internet while it's uploading, but I can't. In any case, to elaborate on my position, I just want to make it very, very clear. I would consider myself to be an egalitarian. That is to say, I believe in equality of opportunity I don't believe in equality of opportunity because, of course, there are many just geopolitical and socioeconomic and environmental and other physiological differences between us that make equality of opportunity silly. But I think equality of opportunity might be best described as what many of the civil rights acts recognized, and that is that you can't discriminate against someone based on some arbitrary metric like gender or race or something like that. Right? That would be my stance on that. I also believe in equality of respect and right to personal dignity and personhood in terms of your physical body and physical space and thoughts and that sort of thing. And I also, very importantly, believe in equality of responsibility. That's something I think that's quite often lost when we're having discussions about equality, is equality of responsibility. Another thing that I think is often overlooked in discussions of equality and privilege is the oft-times benefits of adversity. I, on first blush, might appear to be someone who has been graced with all kinds of privilege. In fact, I'm apparently the poster person for privilege. I am a white cisgendered male. However, I was raised in quite a poor household. We oftentimes ate beans and cornbread as staples that were inexpensive to purchase and were something that we could eat. My dad worked only seasonally for quite a number of years. We lived in a remote location. We had an outhouse for the first number of years. We didn't have running water in the house. We used kerosene lanterns. It was a big deal when we finally at one point got a refrigerator that ran on propane so that we could evolve out of the root cellar and into a refrigerator. And eventually we got a small television that we could watch if Dad worked that day, but we could only watch it for an hour or something, an hour and a half, because otherwise the car battery would run down. We were using an inverter to do that. And also because of that, partially because of that, when I entered school, I was bullied. I was severely bullied. I was the kid in school that was picked on, mostly because of my appearance. When I first entered school, my hair was always standing straight on end because I couldn't bathe every morning, couldn't take a shower every morning or anything like that. My clothes were often, not as clean as they could be and that sort of thing. And I was bullied. I was the odd man out right until graduation from high school. So I wouldn't say that I've come from a privileged background individually. Some of that adversity, though, I think has created who I am today in terms of the ability to say, okay, if it's to be, it's up to me, and to build something from nothing, to figure out what I need to do, to strategize, to gather assets together, to figure out how to make something happen. And as of today, I have a thriving automotive shop that I operate from our acreage at home, and it's worked out quite well for me. And, you know, money isn't really an issue for me these days. Time is the issue for me these days. But I think that adversity that I faced has molded to a large degree the person that I am today. And there are often people who are even the victims of discrimination who find a way to rise above that and actually gain, I think, more success than they might have otherwise. And I'm not saying that as a case for inequality. I'm not saying that as a case for discrimination. Of course, as stated, I am an egalitarian. But what I am saying is this seeming, what I see out there in the environment oftentimes, this seeming desire to completely level the playing field for everyone, an actual equality of opportunity, I think is misguided, and it really is blind to what can be the benefits of adversity, of facing adversity. And I'm sure there are many of you out there who faced your own adversity and who have recognized, as I have, that if you could go back and change it, you wouldn't. In any event, I hope that clarifies my position. This video is under 10 minutes, so I'm going to call this a victory. Thanks for watching.